Welcome. You've arrived at the College of Health Sciences at Old Dominion University. I'm Debbie Bauman, and I'm the Assistant Dean. I work with the undergraduate students and programs. Welcome. We have put together a great team here, a panel, current students that have been very successful. I'd like you all to introduce yourselves, please.
Hi, I am Megan Phillips, and I am in the School of Nursing.
Hello, my name is Ariana Montemayor, and I am a sophomore nursing major.
Hi, my name is Christina Coiner, and I'm studying nuclear medicine technology at ODU.
Hello, my name is Noor. I'm a junior dental hygiene, School of Dental Hygiene, Health Science major.
Hi, my name is Hannah Beeman, and I'm a Health Service Administration major.
Hi, my name is Anna Davis, and I'm a senior public health major.
Thank you. Great group of students. So could you please tell me about yourself and why you have chosen Old Dominion University?
So I am a senior nursing student, so I'm about to graduate in just a few weeks, yay. I'm also the president of the Student Nurses Association, and I have sat on the Virginia Nursing Student Board of Directors this past year. I chose ODU because I wanted a school that was close to home, so I've commuted my past 4 years. One of the big things that stood out to me as a freshman was I knew going into it that I wanted to be a pediatric nurse. That was my goal, and ODU has great connections with the Children's Hospital, the King's Daughters, so we had an awesome clinical rotation there.
Thank you.
And I know for me, when I was looking at different colleges when I was still in high school, ODU really stood out to me when I was looking at their nursing program specifically. It just seemed like a really good fit for me. And when I came to tour the campus, I fell in love with it. And I could just really see myself here for the next 4 years of my life. It was a great place to call home. And it was just really such a diverse and inclusive community. And I saw that just when I came to visit. So the rest is history.
Hi, I'm a senior student in nuclear medicine technology, and I actually chose to go to ODU specifically for the nuclear medicine program. It's actually the only college in the state of Virginia that offers a 4-year program in nuke med. So I figured if there's any place for me, it's got to be here. Plus the opportunity to go to so many different clinical sites and get that hands-on experience working with patients and other people in the field has really been an invaluable experience.
As for me, why I chose dental hygiene and why I chose in general ODU as a school, it actually goes back all the way to before high school for me, because I'm originally not from the States, so I migrated to the States, and actually it put me to where it was right between middle school and high school. So looking into options as I was going through high school of like colleges to go to, Old Dominion really stood out because I've been wanting to, be in like dental hygiene field and maybe become a dentist one day for a long time since I was a little kid. And in high school, I did like dental assistant programs through New Horizons in Hampton. And ODU really is like an amazing program, and they were recommending it, and it was, just like luminous. So I'm also prior service. So through the military, I was applying for scholarship to come to ODU. So ODU was one of the first schools I applied to that accepted me and like took me in, and they were very military friendly. And again, like their programs and like what they offer is pretty great. So and their military connections was really helpful in their ROTC program. So it was like a bunch of things, bunch of reasons why I ended up at ODU, but it was just like very accommodating, very easy process, and because their programs are pretty great.
So I chose ODU because I've grown up between the Hampton Roads area and Richmond up until high school. So I chose ODU for that diversity. There's over 300 plus organizations on campus that everyone can join no matter what major you're in. So ODU was something that was close to home and filled with multitudes of opportunities and amazing people.
So I have a little bit of a different experience than everyone else because I am a member of the women's lacrosse team here at ODU. So I am an athlete on campus, and I'm an out-of-state student. I'm from the greater Philadelphia area, so Pennsylvania. As an out-of-state student, I wanted to come to a university that, was not in state. But I wanted to be somewhere that was far from home, but not too far, somewhere I could get in the car and drive home if I needed to. So I'm about 5.5 hours away. We are considered a mid-sized university, which is something that I was looking for. I definitely feel that I'm able to see familiar faces every day on campus, but there's also so many people I don't know. And I really like that because there's a lot of new people that I can connect with every day and share new experiences with. I also really love how ODU is a campus feel, but there's a city nearby. That really allows for those job connections and that nightlife and things like that to do, and all those different activities that I really wanted in my college experience. I also chose ODU for the location of the beach, which I didn't get growing up living near Philadelphia. And then also, like Hannah said, for the diversity, which is really awesome.
Thanks, you guys. I wanted to know what resources you took advantage of while you were at ODU and which were the most helpful for you.
So the main resource that I took advantage of my freshman year was being a part of the learning community. I had the opportunity to be in the learning community, and this just allowed me to connect with people that were also commuters, because that was one thing. When you're a commuter student, you're not living in the dorms and all, you just go to the parking garage and hang out in the library, and that's about it. And so being in the learning community, I met a great group of friends that were all like-minded, and that's really important when you're a nursing major, because grades are the most important thing ever. So we met freshman year, and I can say all of us, we're all graduating together in a week. So great connections through the learning community. And then also, you in the learning community, you have a mentor, and I had this one mentor who was awesome and really gave me good advice on how to get into the nursing program. And then I also had the opportunity of serving as a mentor during my junior year. And actually, Ariana, I was her mentor, and she's now on the SNA board with us. So it's just a great networking opportunity.
Definitely. And a resource I think is really great for any student is just the Health Sciences Advising Team. That office, really, they're a great resource, but they're also well versed in all things ODU, so they can point you in a direction from anything from just student support services or even academic resources that you can tap into. So I know for me, the Math and Science Resource Center was really helpful for me, and I did some chemistry tutoring just to reinforce some of the concept I was learning my freshman year, because like Megan was saying, it's really important to hit the ground running when you're a nursing major. So that was something that was really helpful. And there's also supplemental instructors that are assigned to certain classes. So I had one for my anatomy class, and she would hold various test reviews and just study sessions, things like that. So that's a great resource that's available for the students.
Yeah, something I wanted to add to that too, which I think really makes ODU unique, is that all of our tutoring services are free for our students, which is an added bonus. And what's so great about the Math and Science Tutoring Center is that those tutors are peers. And so a lot of times they are upperclassmen that have actually taken that exact class with that exact teacher. So they know exactly how that teacher teaches, they know exactly what you've been through, and they are really personable, and they can relate to you really well. And it's a really great experience for you, and I found that to be really helpful. For chemistry specifically, we have a separate tutoring center that's located in our oceanography and physical science building. I took advantage of that personally with my organic chemistry classes. And I found that to be really helpful during my experiences here.
I think another thing is, for specifically for dental hygiene and ROTC, my experience, for example, dental hygiene, there is a community within a community. So when we first, came into the program, we had bigs and littles, as an organizational thing within the dental hygiene, where you know, we got to meet and greet and have like lunches with our bigs, and they like gave us an orientation. They decorated our lockers. It was like a very fun experience and very interactive. And like until now, I can still use my big as a mentor and resource for like different things, not just like test and study guides, but just like as a, you know, advice, to seek advice from, just like things like that, especially with clinic and labs, different things like that, just to learn from.
For me, I would say the living learning community. As a freshman coming into ODU, I was a part of the health science living learning community, which basically means the first semester you're on a hall. For the whole year, you're on a hall with people in the same major as you. But for the first semester, you are all in the same classes. So being in those same classes, you're able to form study groups and relationships and network with different people. That'll probably be one of the resources that helped me the most. Also, the Writing Center was very helpful to me for certain papers. You don't know what to do in those papers or what to do for that class. The Writing Center is very beneficial and will help you get the good grade that you need.
How you mentioned the Writing Center, Hannah, for me it's been the e-portfolio workshops. I'll be honest, before I was assigned an e-portfolio, I had no idea what an e-portfolio even was. So I would say that without their help, I definitely would not have done well on that assignment. I will say making this e-portfolio has been a great experience, not just for, you know, learning how to do something new, but also being able to use that as a tool to make connections and to start kind of looking for jobs as a senior and kind of figuring out, here's how to market myself to take that next step in looking for jobs.
Esra, how about you?
I didn't get the chance to introduce myself, but I'm Esra, and I'm in the medical laboratory science program at ODU. And for me, I would agree with what's been said so far. There's a lot of great benefits to coming to ODU just because of the vast amount of resources that are available for students. But for me personally, I would definitely say the office hours. I've had great experiences so far with all of my professors for all of my classes, even classes that I had taken that are not within my program, not my intended major, some of those prerequisite courses. All the professors have been very diligent and very committed to their office hours and helping students with whatever it may be, even the simplest of questions. I have had struggled with the transition from high school to college, and I'm sure it's something that we all kind of went through. It's just a crazy transition. So in terms of kind of finding success academically, I did struggle a bit at first, but you know, those office hours are just absolutely golden, and that's just something that I would recommend for every incoming student to pursue for sure.
You are so right, Esra, because as a faculty member, I can attest. We want to talk to our students. You're not bothering us. It's the best part of our day. So come and ask questions and we'll help you with the answers and finding the resources you need. Absolutely. Good answer. Hannah, were you going to talk about distance learning?
ODU offers distance learning for students who are on campus and off campus. So with the online courses, I would just say some advice would be to definitely set times for each of your classes. Become very disciplined and strict with yourself to make sure that you're getting your assignments in on time, because once the deadline is over, most of the time professors are not going to let you redo that, because with distance learning, most assignments you have a week to do instead of 1 to 2 days. Also, a lot of resources that are offered on campus are also offered online. So like the Writing Center, they're online. Instructors that will help you. There's tutoring online that will also help you, as well as your advisor can talk to you through email, and your professors will host office hours as well.
Thank you. I'd like to ask you about the special opportunities you took advantage of while you were at ODU. Tell us about what you did and what were the benefits to you?
So the main opportunity that I took advantage of was being a member of the Student Nurses Association. I joined my freshman year, and again, this just allowed me to connect with people who were like-minded, and I ended up getting into leadership positions in SNA, and I had the opportunity to go to a national convention in Salt Lake City, Utah, my junior year, and this really allowed me to network with other nursing students across the country. And while I was there, I met other Virginia nursing students. Took us all the way to Utah to meet people. Crazy. And I ended up, that's where I learned about the Virginia Student Nursing Board of Directors. So that's where then I ran for an officer position and got elected onto the state board.
One opportunity that I had was to study abroad last spring semester. So something I always wanted to do, and I got to travel to Italy, and I took an Italian food and culture class, and it worked in as one of my general education requirements for writing. So that was just a wonderful experience, and looking back, I learned so much from it, and it was just so exciting and fun, and I encourage all students to look into that option. ODU also offers various scholarships and things like that to help fund your trip, and it was just incredible.
Ezra, tell us about your special opportunities.
Oh, I've thought about this question. I couldn't just pick one answer, but if I had to pick, I would definitely say joining the Student Association for Medical Laboratory Science students. I joined that when I started my program, and I became president of our little club. And ever since my junior year, I have had a crazy ride in my program and in that club. I was able to attend our professional society's state meeting. We were able to host it at ODU for the first time, which was amazing, an excellent way to meet other students in Virginia who are doing the same things that we are, and then attend the national conference in Charlotte, North Carolina, just this past year. And I was awarded a travel grant. I was able to go. ODU definitely helped out with the cost as well of attending. And there I was able to meet students and lab techs and professors and everyone from in my professional field from all over the country. Everyone had met up in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was an amazing experience. And it's something that I would recommend if there is a student organization that is specific to your major, what you want to develop in professionally. I would definitely recommend getting involved with something like that, like you were saying with the networking and everything like that. It's an excellent way to kind of get started on your career journey.
For me, I was very fortunate that before my freshman year at ODU even started, I was able to attend the Freshman Summer Institute. It was 3 days of just being on campus and actually having the opportunity to get to know your fellow students. Like, who are you going to be living next door to? Who are your friends going to be? Is anybody there that's going to be in your major? It was a fantastic opportunity to meet new people. And it was also a really, really good chance to know more about, the resources that are offered at ODU, leadership opportunities, things like that. And also we got the chance to learn about different student organizations. It was kind of like a preview of everything great that we were about to have the opportunity to do. And I guess I don't even have words to describe how great it was.
Just a quick thing to mention with the study abroad. I believe ODU offers it every year. It's the interprofessional study abroad within the health science majors. But last year it was Ireland, and it was a very amazing experience. And it was the health, like within the health science majors. So I believe it was nursing, public health, environmental health, dental hygiene. Because it was an interprofessional type of trip, we got to interact with their community in Donegal, which is more of a rural area in Ireland, and help the community there, work in the community center, do a whole lot of teaching and advocating for different aspects of what we were doing and what we were learning in school, and just essentially disseminating or teaching that to them?
Some of the opportunities I had, I've gained multitudes of leadership experience since I've been here at ODU for the past 4 years. I started off my junior year. Now, I would say second semester of my sophomore year, I became an RA. So I've been an RA for the last 3 years. So that's enhanced my leadership skills and networking skills tremendously. I also started an organization on campus. So I am the co-founder and vice president of a student organization called Girls Live on Self-Success. Also have a nonprofit with that organization. So ODU has definitely allowed me to network, meet new people, gain opportunities, gain personal skills that I will have after college.
For me, probably my most advantaged activity or opportunity that I had here at ODU was with the Honors College. So I am a member of the Honors College here at ODU, and I actually had the opportunity to take a class called Honors 226, which is only offered to Honors College students. And if you're thinking about coming to ODU, I highly recommend that you apply to the Honors College. If you don't get in when you first apply to ODU, you can apply again once you're actually admitted. But this class, Honors 226, actually allows you to do undergraduate research at Eastern Virginia Medical School, EVMS, which is right down the road. And it's an interview process with the Dean of Honors College, but the interview isn't scary or anything like that. He basically just asks you what your interests are and what you want to do with your career. And then they pair you up with a faculty member at EVMS. And then you do research in their lab or whatever you're interested in. And then at the end of it, you do a poster presentation and you present. And that is really rewarding because you get to put that on your CV. And then you can invite your family members. My friends came and the Board of Visitors were there of the university, and I got to meet them. I actually was invited to have lunch with the Board of Visitors, which was huge because President Broderick, who is the president of our university, he was there as well, and he actually sat at my table right next to me. So I got to talk with him as well, which is really, really big. But because of this research experience, and I had that on my resume, it landed me a very big internship experience this summer. And I actually interned at Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceuticals in their GI department, which is their gastroimmunology department. I worked on a clinical trial for Crohn's disease, and that got me into some really, really good grad schools this upcoming year. But I think that this research experience that I had with EVMS is what kind of pushed me over the edge. And again, like I said, it was free and I didn't pay for it at all. And that was completely an experience that ODU gave me and set me apart. So.
Wow. Who else has opportunities? These are vast opportunities.
So I can speak for the nursing department with different internships and clinical experiences. We get a little bit of everything. So one of the clinical experiences that stands out to me is I had the opportunity to partner with Operation Smile in our community health clinical, and we were able to do different research projects, and we actually started a malignant hyperthermia box, and it was able to be used on a mission that was used in Africa, which was very cool. Also, with ODU nursing, there were a lot of hands-on opportunities. You get a little bit of everything: OB, peds, rehab, lots of community health, and then at the very end you have role transition, and they try their very best to pair you on a unit of where you would likely like to work at the end of it. So I was able to get into pediatrics, and I did my hours there, and again, it's hands-on. You're learning how to be a nurse, and that's ultimately what you need. And I actually, because of my experience, I was able to get a job at Texas Children's Hospital, and I'll be working in their heart center, which is the #1 heart center in the world. So I'm really excited about that. So, awesome.
It is awesome. Any other opportunities I missed?
One quick thing, since we're speaking of clinicals, the dental hygiene clinic at Old Dominion is a huge clinic that serves the community, serves everyone around, family members, literally anyone can come in, students. But it's very huge in the community because it's a low cost, very accommodating, and the students run it entirely almost. So the instructors are there to like supervise, monitor, obviously make sure that everything goes smoothly. We do have dentists in the clinic, but it's pretty official and it's ran by students entirely. So we train essentially all fall, you know, in junior year to like take practicals and train and things like that and be competent. So then in the spring and onward, we are able to see patients.
You provide wonderful services in the community and at the clinic.
Yes.
I know other clinicals, all of our health sciences programs have either clinical experiences included in the curriculum, or they have wonderful internships. Would somebody else like to talk about theirs?
I can certainly talk about the medical laboratory science aspect of it. We also have clinicals in our program as well, just like the other programs in the College of Health Sciences. And we get started on them actually after we've done our 2 semesters worth of in-class lectures. And once we start our clinical rotations, our professors, they send us on our way, and before doing so, they tell us, and it's greatly emphasized that when we're on these clinicals, they're essentially our job interviews. So we're expected to maintain a high level of professionalism and definitely be as good of a student as we possibly can be at these sites. And that really does prove to be the case because as soon as we graduated, and even before so, a lot of my friends, they've already landed jobs at various hospitals in our area. I myself, I've started working at one of the Centera sites around here, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I haven't even officially graduated yet. And that's the wonderful thing about these clinical rotations. You get the hands-on experience. You get to work in the field that you have been training, you have been learning about for so long as a student, which is again like a really interesting change to go from student to, all right, now you're in the field in this career path that you've chosen. And it's just one of the many excellent opportunities that ODU has, specifically the College of Health Sciences, which is why I picked a major in this college specifically, and why I picked ODU, just because there is this variety of different programs in this college. And I, truth be told, didn't know what I wanted to do exactly. I knew I was drawn to the field of medicine. I just didn't know what exactly I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be a scientist as a kid, and just in the broadest terms. And I found that medical laboratory science, working in a clinical laboratory setting, was what I wanted to do.
Well, let's move into the academic side of things. Tell us about your major and any advice or tips you'd have for the incoming students.
Go to class, go to class. And the reason why I say that, and it sounds silly, but a lot of people, they like won't go to class because their friends aren't going to class. But all I can say is, as a freshman, the way that you handle yourself, the way that you like plan your days, so like using a planner, your time management, you're setting the groundwork for how you're going to be for the next 4 years. And really with nursing and really anything in health sciences, grades are so important, and you have to make sure you start on a right track, because it's very hard to come back if you don't do it, don't start fresh. That makes sense. And then another thing too is utilize the advising office and listen to what they say. And they're there for you for a reason. And definitely go to your advising appointments and do your schedules of the way that they're suggesting, because they're going to put you on the path for success.
I definitely agree with everything Megan just said. Altogether, I would say also, kind of as we touched on earlier, to make sure you are using and taking advantage of those resources that we have available on campus, whether it's the Writing Center or again the MSRC. Just even if you're not struggling in your classes, it's always important to just solidify your understanding of those concepts, because in a lot of health sciences specific courses, a lot of that material builds on top of each other, and you always need to kind of reference it or remember it because it's going to come up again. So it's important that you really remember that. And I would also say, if you're looking to health sciences majors, it's always important to, the academics are very important, but also make sure you're volunteering or just kind of dipping your toes in the water, making sure that's really what you want to be doing. And again, that experience is just really great. I know for nursing specifically, you could look into being, you know, a CNA or just shadowing, even just talking to a family member or a friend that's a nurse, or just any of the other health sciences majors is something that's such a great resource for you. So definitely take advantage of all the resources that you have all around you.
I 100% agree with what Ariana said. Kind of making sure that you know what's coming next and being able to build that knowledge on top of what you learned before is extremely important. And also those things that aren't just specific to your current classes, but thinking about the future with volunteering and things like that.
Thanks, Christine. Any last tip?
I agree with what everyone said. I would definitely say start early with building relationships and networking with your faculty and staff, especially those in the health science department. Once you get to know them, they'll send you opportunities and they'll be your right hand. They'll let you know what your next step is as far as getting an internship or learning new things in your specific field. So definitely start early, build relationships, and network as much as you can before you graduate.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Hannah. I was going to say definitely interact with your professors. Even if you're taking an online class, the professor that I'm closest with was one of my online classes, and I went to her office hours, not necessarily because I needed help with the class, just because I was really interested in what I was learning, and I would just go and talk to her about what we were doing. And I would just sit with her and be like, this is really interesting. And things like that. And it really pays off because they're really interested in you and they're invested in your success. So it really pays off to get close with a faculty member because they're the people that are going to write you letters of recommendation for the job that you really want. And lastly, the advice that I have is just, you're in school and you're going to be doing a lot, and there's going to be times when you're going to be really stressed out. And we get that. Like, we're all students. We're seniors, we're about to graduate we should be walking across the stage next week, but obviously there's, you know, circumstances for that right now. But like, you need to figure out a good work-life balance because, you know, you are going to want to hang out with your friends and do fun things. And that all really does matter. Like, definitely get yourself involved. We have something here at ODU called Activity Hour, which is every Tuesday and Thursday between 12:30 and 1:30. No one on campus has class. So that's a great time to like get involved, go join a club, or just hang out on all the green space on campus with your friends and, you know, eat lunch or something like that. But definitely find a work-life balance and enjoy your college experience because you're here for 4 years and you want to look back and have no regrets.
Any last tips?
If I could just say a few things. A lot of great things have been said. I guess all I would add to this is just kind of ask questions as much as you possibly can. That would be my advice. Ask questions about anything that you might be confused about, you need clarification about, even the little things, whether it's asking your professor or asking your advisors. We have a great team of advisors for the College of Health Sciences, always willing to help. Ask other students what they get their opinions on certain classes or majors or things like that, and explore as much as possible. College, this experience, it's supposed to be a rewarding, growing experience for the student, and I would say explore as much as possible. Explore what other majors might be out there, and go with whatever speaks to you, whatever you find yourself interested in and can, you know, invest all of your energy into, because essentially at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You know, you thriving in what you can actually thrive in, if that makes sense, you know, just picking something that truly does speak to you and something that you will then be successful in, hopefully. I mean, I wish the best of luck for everybody. And it's wonderful that these students have chosen ODU. I think you all made the right choice, and I'm sure that everyone's going to enjoy it, hopefully.
Wow, you said that perfectly, Esra. Thank you. You all are just amazing. I wish you the best, and thank you for participating today and sharing all your good knowledge and experiences with our incoming students. You've been amazing, and I really appreciate you. I also appreciate Leanne White, the director of our academic advising office, and she has been in the backgrounds helping us. And good work, Hannah. You got back on really quick. You're an IT expert. And thanks so much, everybody. Go Monarchs.